I used to think that in order to get happy, or in order to become well, you have to suffer a lot. This is kind of a strange thing to think. For me, it was like a realization that, oh, I don't have to suffer. And I know for someone listening to this, probably they feel like, oh, but this is obvious, you don't have to suffer. I still haven't kind of completely grasped what it is, but I've done a little bit of research and I think I want to share it. So basically, as children, we are, we are full of energy, we're joyful, we're playing, but like that is not really appreciated by our parents. They're like, if you're a bit too loud, they'll be like, oh, you sit quietly, sit quietly. So that means that when we're joyful, we don't really get attention from our parents. When we are in pain, when we are in suffering, when we are unhappy, we get attention. And this is just like, I haven't really understood it completely, so I'm just casually sharing. Like, I would like to start a discussion about this. Maybe some people know more about this than me. I'm honestly, from my understanding, is that kind of behavior, or that kind of relationship with our parents, makes us think that, oh, in order to feel loved, we have to be in a state of suffering. We think that, oh, okay, so in order to feel good, we have to feel bad, right? Yeah, so it's like, what? Yeah. It's such a stupid thing, but let's I think there's something to this, really. This is what I think. I'm not a psychologist or anything, but in order to feel happy, we have to put ourselves in a lot of pain. And I think I remember I was really thinking like this. I was like, when I was like feeling the worst, I thought, okay, if my life just gets even worse, I'll become happy. Like I'll be well. I'll start feeling good. Like this is like, I don't know. Maybe this is like a little bit like postponing your happiness. It's like yeah. So now I'll suffer, and then later on I'll become joyful. It's kind of stupid. Like, I don't know, but this was, yeah. I still feel like I haven't I don't know if I completely have grasped this whole thing, but I still think that at least for me it was really like, wow, I don't have to suffer. I was like, wow, I don't have to suffer. If you think about it, like when we were kids, we were like, when we're in a lot of pain, when we're hurt, oh, our parents are so loving, they're so nice, they're so nice. When we're joyful, we're running around, we're happy, they'll be like, be quiet. So we thought, yeah, whatever, I already said this, okay, fine. So that's one thing. Then the second thing that I want to talk about is that I was thinking in my mind that in order to, this is probably very similar to the first thing, in order to become happy, I need to hit rock bottom, So I was like, when is this rock bottom coming? How do I say this? It's like, I know this feels so stupid talking about it. I feel really stupid, but this was actually how I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, if I just hit rock bottom, then I'll become happy. So you can't really aim for that. Like I mean, it's kind of stupid. Like how am I? What is that rock bottom? First of all, like how do I hit that rock bottom? Like is that? So when I came to when I was at the hospital, I remember my friend telling me like, oh, so now you hit rock bottom. And looking at all the other patients, I mean, they were in a worse condition than I was. So, there is always another bottom. So yeah. Don't try to hit rock bottom. That's not how it works. I think rock bottom is actually something that is, you can use it to explain how a situation has been for another person. So for instance, if you think of a person, they were here and they went here and they went here, when they're up here, you can say, oh, this was rock bottom. But when you're here, I mean, you can go even further down. Like, really, you can go way further down. So, yeah, don't try to hit. Yeah, learn from my mistakes, I guess. Yeah, this was the two things that I want to talk about in this video. Okay, that's it. That's all. Yeah.